this is. Reactor technology, Bolton's. Oh, I unlocked an ignition core crafting thing.
What?
Blueprints. I think we have to build some stuff to get this thing running.
Okay, well, I'm in on that.
Right,
Do we have to all use this thing to access them, maybe?
Probably.
Let's see. Reactor technology.
You should press the button, see what happens. Let's turn off this music. That way you don't get banned.
Did you like get some sort of thing in your inventory or something that you had to read?
Yes, I have a quest called Earth Mover. Build 4 ignition cores.
I haven't got that.
This button isn't functioning.
I assume you have to build all the ignition cores first.
Yep. Oh, I have a quest to check this thing out. Craft.
How did you get the quest?
From the terminal, by the button.
Oh,
Yeah, I just read through all of that and I didn't get anything like that.
Oh, I need 5 nuclear material.
You are not an authorized owner of the Mount Blair facility. So you activated it, so you must have to do it.
Yeah, I activated the workbench. Okay, I need nuclear material.
I think I have some of that,
20
maybe
of it.
not though. Alright, let's do trade and see if we got any.
Can one of you invite me
yeah,
to the party?
I think you have to put a cost on that junk.
I'm not even buying any nuclear material.
Darn, yeah, me either.
Alright, so you did.
I might have stored it all in the thing though. Let's go to the stash. We got 20 minutes left to get this thing up and running.
Typically goes for like 5 minutes after. I got a little bit extra. Do I have any material?
I actually do think they actually kick people off individually.
I have nuclear waste, but I don't know if I have any nuclear material. Is this one of those things where you... Do we have a Tinkerer's workbench?
Yeah, it's right around the corner.
Yeah, it's by the button.
I don't know where the button is. I'll just follow you. But that's where we might be able to make nuclear material out of nuclear waste. Would be my bet.
Oh. Well, apparently I have one.
Because there's a bulk thing in the Tinkerer's workbench where you can combine stuff.
Huh.
I haven't got it yet on my... Maybe there's a recipe.
Ah, here it is. Oh, maybe there's a recipe. Yeah.
Try some
well, that would
magic.
be why this is a late game activity, most likely. That would make sense.
Yep.
Need to have stuff for people to grind on.
So what level's Neeher? That might be why the quest fired for him. Yeah.
Huh?
This thing, the workbench appears to be bugged out for me. I can't do anything on it.
What is it? What?
Oh, there it goes. It was just really delayed.
Quest items, yeah.
Yeah, nothing. All right, so I think I found my favorite feature of this game so far, and I'd like to see it implemented in Fallout 4, but it's going to require somebody with modeling skills. So, Unoctium, maybe you and Dogtooth can handle this. Do you see the armor on my left leg?
Right.
Yeah. There's a set of wood armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, those look cool.
All right, so I guess we can't. So we did all
Yeah,
that, and so we can't do anything because we don't have the recipes. That's a bummer.
I think we're too low level, and Neeher's
Yeah.
high enough to do it.
But that's kind of ridiculous, though, that we were able to just like wreck all these high level
Exactly. Yeah.
enemies.
Well, they had shotguns. And...
Yeah, I mean, if we got too close, we definitely died. But
By the way, it said I joined your team, but I clearly didn't. So
You know.
So as far as we can tell, there's literally no benefit to owning this at our level. Like without, unless you have these ignition cores, there's nothing to it. Like I'm finding all these cool looking devices, but you can't activate them or anything. Can we get some console commands, please? Let's cheat in some nuclear material so we can see this thing in action. All right, is there anything else anybody wants to go explore? Well, we've got our last 15.
Head back to the baby area where we belong.
Back to the baby area. Maybe there's some stuff we can do. There was definitely a workshop there that was in the lobby area. And let's see here. There's somebody's camps up there we can go to.
Who?
We could like PvP some people, just attack them.
Let's.
Remember you were telling me about the turret trick where you could literally.
Oh yeah. But here, I'm gonna go to Neeher's camp because there's a bunch of level 6s over there. Let's just go fight people. Well, that's what I want to do. Especially now that I have 15 turrets in my inventory, I'm gonna just drop my camp on top of them and then place all my turrets. We'll see what happens.
So I saw your invite, Neeher, but I couldn't accept it. I just couldn't push on the option, and now it said I declined the invite. So it's really frustrating. I think I'm gonna restart the game again.
Yeah, no, the best thing to do is is because when you actually switch off your Xbox, you're still logged into the game, so it might be worth it just to pull the plug out for about 5 seconds and then plug it back in. And that way you get a full hard reset of the game.
Well, you can just from the dashboard hit the start button over the game and hit quit. And that'll force kill the game. What's going on here? Finding scorched?
Yeah, I was just killing off some scorched that are in your camp.
Get out of my camp. Typewriter. Interesting.
Alright, so right across the water over here somewhere there's a bunch of players.
Oh. I didn't see the quit option until now.
Oh, this mountain's in our way.
Yeah. 6. Doesn't really matter what level it is.
No. Well, if it lets me drop my turret army on them, it's not going to matter at all. I unfortunately didn't blueprint it, and I should have. That would have been hilarious if I could just place a dozen turrets in one move. Let's find out if this is a viable PvP strategy. The camp attack.
Camp turret. Oh yeah, I'm dying of thirst again.
Oh, they went the other. They went around the south side.
They went towards the teapot.
I wonder if they're going to catch on, like if they are getting nervous at all. One of the things was just said they want attention when other players are approaching. Do you think they are seeing our map icons move closer to them and are getting nervous, or are they just like, oh, whatever, who cares?
If we sneak, we can appear off the map, and then they'll have no idea.
Neeher, can you invite me again? Sorry.
Bam.
No.
There we go. Yay!
Lesson learned. You have to restart the game over and over.
Level 8.
Right. Oh, there's more.
Of course, it didn't happen. Didn't help that my internet is crappy today.
Oh, this guy's level 15. Ouch. Alright, I'm gonna distract him with your body. He didn't fall for it. He's still after me. I won. Jeez. Yeah, I just wanted water. I think that has some in here.
So now that I'm actually here, what are we doing?
Well, I was gonna go kill some people, and then I got distracted.
You mean other players?
Other players, yeah, there were a couple other players over here. Yeah, there's Repelt the Wolf and Leobot just south of us. I want to see if I can spawn my camp right on top of them and then place all my turrets and see what happens. I was doing that in in an earlier play, and the other person also had their camp, and we just had turret battles. It was a lot of fun. But I don't know if it's viable to just drop it on top of somebody, or if like there's some preventative measure with the camp placement.
Well, count me in.
Okay, there's somebody right there.
yeah,
So let's see here. Can I move my camp? LB, move camp. Yes, put camp down.
I think he's
AFK.
yeah.
Oh, well, that's less fun. But
So
we
we-
can all become murderers.
So we are the griefers right now.
We've become what we
That is
despise.
one guy.
Okay, well here I just learned something terrible. All of my turrets that I built at that workshop are stuck in that workshop.
Oh, yeah. Lame.
All right, well I'm not gonna waste ammo on this. Let's just punch him to death.
Alright. I'm gonna find.
That's gonna take a long time.
I mean, they don't take much damage anyway, right? Like that's part of this anti-griefing mechanic.
Yeah.
Is they don't want you to be able to just murder people easily.
I mean,
Meanwhile-
he's probably,
Meanwhile, I'm trying to invite them to trade.
Quality streaming content here.
I mean, he's probably a 12-year-old kid having dinner right now. Can't wait to get back to the game.
Kinggath confirmed Fallout 76 bully. Yes, you are correct.
Yeah.
In before the next big controversy that 4 mod authors are griefing in Fallout 76.
Revenge of the Modders. Here's your bug report.
First, we blocked you from downloading mods. Now we punch you to death. I wonder if it flags us all as murderers now.
I think so.
No, he won't die.
There we go.
Oh,
we
yeah.
have the option to
Now
revive him.
wanted.
You are wanted.
Now we gotta work together. There's
Hey.
now no one on the map.
And now it indicates that Neeher is enemy for me.
Yeah.
What?
Should we kill him? No, I won't kill him.
Am I an enemy?
Yeah, it's only you're wanted. Do you guys see any of us wanted?
Yeah, yeah.
Whoever
yeah.
scores the
Yeah, I got them wanted, and there's no
Got
one
a,
on the map for me, except for you guys.
You've got a 50 cap payout on yours.
50, huh?
Yeah.
Where's my camp?
Well, that's good because we can now have like the whole match come to us descend upon us.
Put all my caps in my camp.
In the last 10 minutes, we're going to be attacked. Put up the turrets.
We are defending
I don't have
Neeher.
them. The turrets are stored in the workbench at the thing.
All right.
Watch out for this
Do you
frog.
Do you have any resources for the other one?
No, I used them all because I thought the attack was going to be much bigger than it turned out.
There was a frog here.
Yeah.
Hey, Ripper the Wolf, if you're watching this later on video on demand, we're just testing the game, you know.
Hey, it's Juicehead.
Where's Juicehead?
Where is he?
No. He's attacking me.
Let's gang up on you.
Oh, that hurt.
Oh no, I'm stuck in.
Just gonna cut his
Stop
power.
trying to use the station.
Get his power on. Where is he? Did he heal? Damn it. He retreated.
Nah, he's dead.
Juicehead's dead.
He was wearing a power armor, though. That was scary.
How meta. Ambush my borders.
You totally joined my game and just found out I was wanted. This will make great content from the channel. Killing a wanted. Good luck with that. The Pelt the Wolf is still dead. You never respond. I think I saw someone north. Yeah, it's Juicehead. Stun grenade.
Oh, shit, I've been attacked. He's attacking me. Damn it.
Could really use that wall of turrets.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Where's Juicehead? That's him.
Did you just pop up?
Did somebody loot all his junk?
Is it not share? Whoa.
You gotta heal up, otherwise someone's gonna take you out.
Need to get rid of these rats.
Juicehead is the one-man bully hunter.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Taking on the
Juicehead's
evil modders.
Oh?
Oh,
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
South.
He's running away.
Well, yeah, there's 4 of us.
I like that his body goes flying every time.
Yeah. I'm like, is that happening for everyone?
Kinggath, you're now a red one.
I'm running out of ammo.
Keep taking Rad X. I wasn't even paying attention to that.
Let's fortify the teapot and wait for him there.
I think Juicehead's gonna need a little squad if he's gonna try and take all of
He's
us.
gonna bring back a squad of YouTubers.
I mean, he has some
YouTubers
subscribers.
versus modders. There's some people over there. Who are they? Oh, those are the friends of the guy we killed.
Yeah. If they try and shoot us, blow up the car. Yeah, fuck off. Yeah, they fund us up. They don't want to fight. Cool. Smart.
How do I turn off this radio? I'm gonna get demonetized.
The radio?
I mean, don't you mod follow for him?
I mean, I couldn't find it.
Ah, right.
This guy's got a pitchfork.
I wonder where Juicehead went.
So far this ganging up mechanic on the griefers is working very well.
Yeah, guys, the anti-griefing measures seem to be working exactly how they're supposed to. Because I mean, it took the 4 of us like a minute and a half to kill that one guy who was AFK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That took us a while though.
Because the way they sort of put it, they was like, "Oh, it's going to be a big manhunt, and you can't survive if you grief someone." You know, and it's like, we're still here.
We're waiting for the Juiced army to show up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, let's build some turrets. Or
Does anyone have any oil in here?
I unfortunately blew my load at the workshop.
Oh,
I can build a camp here, I suppose. Although I don't know if our turrets would shoot at them, because right now I see Neeher as enemy.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Yeah.
Oh, that would be pretty funny if they start shooting him.
Yeah. So maybe it's not the best idea.
I think I just got shot at. Huh.
Should I check his stream that
Watch the stream. Oh, look.
Where is he at?
To the west, there's a airdrop.
Where? Oh, yeah. See it.
Let's go check that out. iBots. Protectron.
I don't see you on my map anymore. Where are you? Oh, it's because you're wanted,
here.
that's why.
West.
Yeah.
I really hate how the Morats can teleport across the map.
Hey, more shotgun shells. Oh man, there's a bunch of good stuff in here. Marksman's pump action shotgun, puncturing boxing glove.
I wonder if I'm being punished because I basically didn't
Get nothing.
Did you get nothing? No?
Oh man, this stuff's all level
I got a
15.
stim pack. A couple other things.
Here's what you need to survive.
Todd is punishing you, Neeher.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just check the map, see if people are trying to... no one cares.
Well, I think we're about to get that 5-minute countdown timer any second now.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that to me is the best time to be PvPing.
Exactly, yeah.
There's no penalty.
Yeah, there's no countdown timer yet. Although it should end in minutes. Maybe they expand the beta session.
Well, there's a big 7-hour session in a few days.
Yeah.
Yep. And Tuesday? No, Sunday. Next Sunday. 4 hours on Tuesday.
Assuming all of you are planning to play on PC from the 30th.
I don't know, with modding being a year away.
Yeah, I'll probably play it some. I definitely am not going to play all the beta sessions though. Like I think I've gotten enough of a taste of this game to know that, you know, I'll probably play through it once just to explore everything, and then that'll be the end of my time until servers. But I guess with the fact that the progress theoretically carries over, it's kind of like you can just start playing now.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're kind of winding down here. So, so I guess what are your guys' thoughts on all of this as far as the game itself? Like, Cianante, what do you think of Fallout 76 so far?
I mean...
There it is.
Yep.
I mean, most of my game session was quite frustrating today. Up until like the last 20 minutes, which was fun. I like the game so far. It can be a lot of fun, and especially when you are playing with friends and things like that. But yeah, I was talking about this already, that I'm mostly a modder. I feel myself mostly a modder and not a gamer, so these play sessions, I don't know, 1 or 2 times a week will be a lot of fun. Maybe I will stream all of them, but what I'm really looking forward is 1 year from now, when we are actually gonna be able to mod the game on private servers. But yeah.
Do you have any ideas for mods you already want to see in this?
Yeah, I had a couple of ideas. Of course, would be fun to export settlements here as well. Would be fun to create new game worlds, create new quests, which we can start even today working on before this is even possible. And maybe HUD changes, maybe some sort of mod that follows your voice in the game in real time, and adds lip syncing to your character in game. I don't know. I have a couple of ideas.
Awesome. How about you, Neeher? What are your thoughts so far?
I really like the game. I guess I really just want to play on PC. It's gonna be a lot better on there. Because like in this, it's just the frame rate problem. The game looks great and the lighting's incredible, but when you have to play on Xbox, when you're used to something that's got a lot more horsepower behind it, it's pretty different to get used to. Because as I'm walking into this area, I see just the HUD pop-up of I opened up this location or whatever, it pops up. Even that was pretty stuttery, the HUD element. But overall, I really like the game. It's gonna be fun with friends. That's gonna be pretty much it for me. I'm gonna keep playing.
What about you, Unoctium? How do you think things are going?
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting much from this playing, but it seems like a fun game overall. I'm kind of a bit miffed that this is like this has to be the last Creation Engine game, because it's probably the best looking one, you know, by far. So I mean, otherwise I'm just happy just playing it. You know, I'm not gonna.
Didn't they say that they're still using Creation Engine for Starfield, but
yeah, I think because I heard that podcast that Todd Howard was on, he basically Starfield will have a whole new animation, everything.
Yeah, but the same engine, they just change smaller things over and over, I guess.
Yeah, so I mean the what I got out of that conversation with Todd Hardy was that essentially their engine is very modern now. So the only thing that really remains the same over and over again is their workflow stuff. So like the quest workflow, the aliases, all of the things that they're doing in the creation kit, I think are what they keep over and over again. And then all of the underlying stuff, the physics engine, the animation controls, and all of that can be swapped out. Is kind of what I got out of it.
It's updated over time, but I feel like it's just the whole thing.
How about mod ideas for the Neeher? You got anything you want to see added to it?
I guess things I want to do would be like NPC quests or a follower of some kind. That whole system would have to be totally remade.
Oh yeah, followers would be nice in this game.
To me, that seems like something they're definitely going to do as DLC or something, like being able to get pets and robots as companions at the bare minimum.
That'd be nice if they did that sooner rather than later, and then, you know, an actual NPC follower could just be built off that system rather than making one from scratch.
Well, I think
Nice little framework.
I think there's dialogue in the game. I think there's still the scene system, but I'm wondering if player dialogue.
I'm sure it's all there.
Yeah, I wonder if that option, the player dialogue option, was basically the only input the player has into conversations. I wonder if they've just pulled that out. So you literally just have to activate people to trigger things.
Yeah, that would be interesting if they pulled that completely out of the UI, because I'd imagine the creation kit workflow wouldn't have changed, and you'll still be able to put, like, the player alias will still exist, and you'll be able to stick it in there.
Well, no, the first thing I thought was like, oh, you must have just pulled out the dialogue window or the scene window, and I'm like, and then Chris told me, Chris Takahashi from Interesting NPCs, he said, oh, well, that's probably still in there. The only thing they have to remove is that player dialogue option, and therefore you literally can't speak to people after that.
Yeah, I would definitely like to see NPCs in here. I think I don't understand that decision, other than it's a lot of work. But like that's why we pay Bethesda to make us games, is because we want them to do that work.
Well, obviously it's high concept, so they're obviously they started with the idea of saying, oh, the only humans you'll meet are your other people, like, and they've kind of gone on from that. So obviously the human race in this area has been somehow exterminated for some reason in the story, But I'm pretty sure they started with like, oh, everyone you meet is a person. So
that was one of the things I'm a little disappointed by, the amount of spoilers that they've done already for that. And I mean, that's my reading everything. But basically, one of the early Overseer logs you get, combined with some things that have been said in interviews, I think I know exactly what the entire main story is, and that's disappointing because it makes it less exciting to actually go through it.
I haven't seen
Lonesome Road.
I haven't seen an outro though. I mean, in the animations or video folder.
Yeah, the big 2 files. PK2.
Yeah, there's just the intros to the game and the logo, and then like the Atom Shop has some sort of background video going on.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, that's kind of a bummer, because that to me is the most fun part about going through Bethesda game the first time, is seeing how all of it plays out, seeing how each of the big quest lines plays out. And, so it's kind of unfortunate that I feel like they spoiled the entire main story already if you bother to follow all of the interviews they've done and everything.
So it's like, I haven't really followed. Is it basically Lonesome Road?
I don't think so. I think it's different than that. But it's basically, I think most people will figure out exactly where the story is headed after they listen to the first five quests worth of holotapes. It's like, oh, okay, well,
all right.
There we go, disconnected. So I think I was shocked. I was having a lot more fun than I expected with the multiplayer aspect, because I've always been in I waffle back and forth between being way into multiplayer and absolutely hating it. And right now, obviously, with how much I'm into Fallout 4, I'm not into the multiplayer mode. So maybe I'm craving a little multiplayer gaming lately, and that's why this was fun for me. But I definitely enjoyed us taking out that big mining machine. Like, that was a lot of fun. It felt like I was playing Fallout 4 multiplayer, like as a co-op experience, because there weren't anybody else around, and clearly the anti-griefing measures work. Like, we tried to grief and we're not able to. So that's a positive thing. I think that'll, as soon as people try it and realize that it's just not fun, like, it wasn't fun to punch that guy to death. So like, then I think it won't take many play sessions for most players to just give up on that idea, to just be like, you know what, I can't grief in this game, so that sucks. I'm not going to try it. I'm not going to waste my time with it anymore. So I think that fear is alleviated. I'm not really about griefing. For me, I just could see this not being super fun solo, because so far in the little bits I've gotten to play by myself, I was finding myself bored very quickly of like, oh, doesn't really matter what I do. I'm all alone here. There's nobody to talk to. Because one of the drivers, I don't really RP when I'm playing the single player stuff, but I do tend to keep the main quest in line all the time, and it's nice to be able to go back and talk to the characters and get new quests like that. There's something about that feels like a little bit of a connection, whereas that's pretty lacking here. But the actual multiplayer aspect was a lot of fun, so maybe that's the thing, is that you can technically solo it, but I don't know how fun that's going to be.
Yeah, I agree, but if I want to experience the story and really explore, I guess I would play solo for a while. Maybe in all game session, in each game session, I would play half an hour solo, just mess around with my perks and my character, and then join a party and have fun with others. That could work.
Yeah, I think I definitely want to play through it at least once to explore all of the areas they've built and check out all the new assets. And but yeah, I don't see how I don't see how I'm going to get drawn into play this perpetually unless it's with friends. Like the whole, I mean, I think all of these games, their goal is to get you hooked on that addiction loop at the end of like mining for resources, and so that you can get access to better things and just keep doing that over and over again. Because if you're not actively playing the game all the time, you'll eventually disconnect, lose interest, and then you're not going to spend any more money on it.
Are you guys up to similar game sessions, the four of us on PC as well, or maybe more players and multiple parties of 4, but in the same voice chat?
I might be up for doing another one of these. Yeah. I know I'm not going to participate in all of them. I just don't have time.
I get that.
But yeah, I'd be
guys, I need to head
one of these on PC.
Good session. I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah, take it easy, Unoctium.
See you.
Hey.
But yeah, this was fun. It was good to play the game some, and I'm glad we actually got it working. It's a real shame that they don't have their UI mechanics worked out, like the friends thing. It seems like a pretty big fail. So I'm gonna have to write up a report and send that off to them so they can get that fixed. Although I would imagine long term I'd be playing this on PC, so it won't really matter unless the mechanics are just as clunky there, which I guess we'll find out. When's the first session? Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yep. Tuesday at 7.
7 p.m. Yeah.
Yep, 7 to 11.
Eastern time. 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay. Well, yeah, so that's not that far away. I'm really looking forward. Oh, yeah, it's right on my screen. It says it up in the corner.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to them decrypting the files so I can just start poking into the try and open the see if we can get the ESM to open with Xedit, or open up the B.E.T.A files and see if we can look at anything that's in there.
Yeah.
I imagine I'll be doing more of that than I will actually playing the beta.
Yeah, it will be a busy couple of weeks.
Yeah, my mind's still fully on Fallout 4 just because I can mod it, and like I still have so much I want to do in Fallout 4 that 76 almost feels like a distraction to me, because I'm kind of on a mission. But it will. I'm most excited, I think, to actually have a whole new world space to explore, just because it's hard to go actually play Fallout 4 for me anymore. Like I love modding the crap out of it, and I love making stuff for it, but actually playing it is very difficult for me anymore, just because I've seen it so many times at such detail level too, because I know how everything works in the background.
Yeah, I get that. Like I said, I have still a couple of lots and lots of Fallout 4 mod ideas, and what my plans are with the 76 is probably 1 or 2 game sessions a week.
Now, are you planning on streaming a lot of your sessions, or is this just for your own relaxation?
I mean, if I'm not modding but playing, why not stream it, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of starting to feel like the nice thing about the streaming, like I never really got into the idea of being a streamer. I mean, I don't know that I ever will, but I feel this like obligation internally to be creating things all the time, and so it makes it sometimes hard for me to sit down and enjoy a game, which is why I actually play Bethesda games on Xbox, is because I'm away from my keyboard then. So then there's a chance I won't do work. So with streaming, it can feel like you're creating content still while you're playing, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah, well, I enjoyed this more than I thought I would, because I was definitely in the naysayer camp with 76. When I heard about it, I was like, oh, this is gonna suck, just because like the idea of somebody else in my gameplay session seemed awful. But having experienced it, knowing there is no griefing, I mean, it's still gonna be. I think it'll still be hard if you want that full immersion experience of like, I'm gonna go disconnect from the real world, go full on modded, like put put together your perfect mod list and like just fully engage in a Bethesda game. It's gonna be really hard to do that when somebody runs by you because the player movement is so erratic and you have like the nameplate over their head. It's gonna be hard for that to be immersive. But I mean, that whole time we were playing, we never ever organically saw another player. We had to track them down ourselves.
Yep.
So I don't know that that's actually.
Yeah, I agree, and I must say that the other players are not really a distraction, and of course, playing with friends on the other hand is in one party is a ton of fun. When you actually manage to connect a game and join a party.
Yeah, to me that's the main thing, because like. Playing it alone, I don't think I'll be playing 76 alone. Just not what the game was built for, really. So,
yeah, I think that's going to deter a lot of people from wanting it at all. A lot of Fallout fans, because I think a lot of the hardcore Bethesda fans are all about that single player experience, and anything multiplayer is the devil. So, it's just, I think we just have to accept that this is a game not for us. It's kind of like for a lot of folks, the Creation Club is not for them. Like that stuff is targeted at people who don't want to deal with the hassle of modding, because modding is a hassle. I mean, even playing them, like it's a lot easier now than it was for earlier games, but it's still, you have to deal with like, for example, the scrap crash that we just discovered the cause and solution to is like, people have been dealing with that for the last 2 years. They didn't realize it, that they were, why it was happening. They would just complain to various mod authors and be told, sorry, we don't know. And like that type of hassle is something you wouldn't have to deal with something like the Creation Club. So that's, well, presumably, I know they've released bugs, but whatever. The point is, I think Bethesda's experimenting with making stuff that's for other people. And like,
yeah, that's the point. Because on the other hand, it will bring probably bring in a lot of new players who are not Bethesda fans yet, but are playing multiplayer, other types of multiplayer games or same types of multiplayer games on a regular basis, and eventually they may try out Fallout 4 or older Bethesda games as well, because they tried Fallout 76 and they liked it.
Yeah, I think. Well, the nice thing about this, even if I'm fine with them making games side of it. I don't care. I'm happy that they're making other stuff, because it's gonna line their pockets so that they can make games like Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 and stuff even better. Like if you compare like even Fallout 4 to some of their older titles, like the technology upgrades, even beyond the fact that it's new technology upgrades because it's modern day and we have better things, but just the amount of money they're spending on production value just keeps going up. Like you get better voice acting and higher quality assets, and they're slowly making the engine more and more moddable and modular, and like all of that is happening because they're getting more money in, and so they're going to get even more money by going into these kind of marketplaces. Like I'm sure Fallout Shelter helped their bottom line like way more than they expected. They expected a couple million downloads. They said they got over 100 million. Like stuff like that has got to then make them say like, okay, well now we have. It's kind of like how Apple and Google can just do crazy stuff on their new products because they're just printing money. Kind of that idea of like, it's like, oh, we can try anything because we have like just millions of dollars coming in daily without us having to try. And so I think I'm hoping that these types of moves like Fallout 76 and Shelter are getting them that kind of money to where they can, in game development terms, obviously they're not going to get to an Apple level as a game company, but I guess EA kind of did. But just the idea that Bethesda has more money to throw at the single player titles we love is a good thing to me.
Yeah, it's good to see that Bethesda is kind of one of the big ones now, with all the other games. I'm not just talking about Bethesda Game Studios, but the whole Bethesda.
All their little sub studios. Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was harassing Juicehead on his failing to
kill the Doom Squad of modders.
I can't wait to see his
I'm gonna
video.
Stream.
His playthrough's up right now. I want to see.
I mean, we were just saying when you were talking now, we were just basically saying that I think it's a positive thing for us who are hardcore Bethesda fans that they are making more money, because it'll let them do bigger and better things with the single player games we like. Because clearly they are going to keep making them, And anybody who's afraid of like modders getting cut out, I don't think they would ever do that. And the reason I don't think so is because you can see the influence mods have on each new title. Like, for example, a lot of people point out that the settlement system was lifted direct from Real-Time Settler of New Vegas. It's clear that that Bethesda play mods. They're aware of mods, and especially now that they actually support them, is that they're going to take a lot of those ideas and like improve their games and kind of steer them toward what they want. They know their player base wants. And I can also see from the difference of Skyrim to Fallout 4, or even from like Fallout 3 and Oblivion to Skyrim, that they are making the game engine more and more modular. Like the things we have access to change it's so much greater than ever before in Fallout 4. And I can only imagine they'll continue to do that, because as a programmer, we dream of making everything super modular so that everybody can adapt it easy. Because not only does it make it easier for modders to adapt it, it makes it easier for us to make changes later if we made it super modular. So like things like right now, I think like one of the big ones that came between Skyrim and Fallout 4 was that it was a lot easier to add new animations to the game. And that was like very difficult in the older engines. Now you don't see a ton of new animations just because animating is a very tough skill. But like I think like that was one of the last systems that was really locked. I think there are a couple others they need to expose, like the gameplay settings. And the UI would be nice if they could expose those to modders. But for the most part, we've got access to just about everything from Fallout 4 versus some of the other games.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
So I can't even imagine what it's going to be like to mod for Starfield or ES6, about how much more they'll have exposed. Like 76, I think, is going to actually be restricted, is my guess. I think we're going to have a lot more restrictions on what we can mod.
So do you think that the blueprint system in 76 might be inspired by a mod?
I mean, from some of those videos I've watched, they originally wanted to do a online settlement sharing system as part of the settlement system. Like they wanted to build that into Bethesda.net, which to me, that's what I thought was going to happen. Because I remember the very first time I played Fallout 4, I was going all out building my settlements. Like, it's going to be so awesome when they eventually launch a share system, just because that seems like what you would do. And then instead, we had to wait for C-Dante to do it.
So do you think that it still might happen with 76? That
I bet they make a system where you can upload your blueprints and let other people, or there'll be a system where you can trade them in your inventories or something. Mm-hmm. Because that
makes
could be
sense.
fun.
Makes sense. Well, less work for me then.
Yeah, I don't. So one of the things I do with the Bethesda games that I plan on modding is I don't even touch the modding tools at the beginning, because I figure there are a lot of other people who know the systems I want to change well enough that I can just let them build the mods. And I'll wait till way later and then step in and start making stuff. Because I don't want to end up especially because the stuff I like to design is so complex that I would hate to start working on it and then, midway through somebody else releases the same thing. Like that would be heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But I see a lot of stuff in 76 I want to see in Fallout 4, like the blueprint system. I'm already working on that. I've almost got a working demo of it. I think the perk card system could be a lot of fun to put in. I think there are just some little gameplay improvements. I think the diluted and super versions of everything, that stuff, I'm pretty sure, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Horizon does that already, and it actually made me want to go pick up Horizon and play it again. I played around with it when it first came out, and it was a little too hardcore for me, but I actually liked that. I like it adds a little more variety, and then looting becomes a little more interesting.
Weapon and armor degradation would be cool to implement in Fallout 4 as well.
I know someone has been working on that for a long time, because I used to hang out in the Nexus Discord for mod authors before Sim Settlements blew up. And there was somebody constantly showing progress pics of that system. But I think he got picked up by the Fallout New Vegas team, and then they are using it for that now. But they have been, like Cascadia and them, they've been releasing some of those systems independent. Like they released the level up menu where they worked on the Nyanka, so maybe they'll do the same with the degradation system.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, they shared weapons as well.
Yeah, so they seem to be open up about making stuff a little more modular, which is cool. All right, guys. Well, this has been a lot of fun. I hope everybody in chat enjoyed watching us play a little, the little bit we did get to play. And hopefully we'll do this again. Maybe we'll do it with one of the PC sessions where everybody has got their bearings a little better and we get to run things at high performance, because I'm going to load it up on my gaming computer and hopefully it will look even better.
Yep, I can't wait to really take a look at the graphics. That's where you actually really see
it looks shockingly good for an Xbox game.
Yeah.
So PC should be even more incredible. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining me, Sidante, Neeher, and Unoctium left earlier. And thanks, everybody, for watching.
Yeah, thanks. It was fun. See you later in the next session.
All right, take care, guys.
Right. Later.
Later.